Representation has become a popular term lately. When I was a kid long ago in the 90s, representation was something I desired. It's important because as a kid, not seeing people who look like you on TV and film made you aware of how different or unimportant you really are. Now, I reject the notion that you can't relate to a character because they don't look like you. My sister and I love the movie Matilda, and we will watch it every single day. Matilda was relatable because she didn't come from a perfect family. And although we never experienced the extreme neglect she suffered, we knew what it was like to grow up in a poor school district and have parents who weren't or couldn't be available most of the time because of poverty. From all the movies that we watched, Matilda was one of us, and we wanted to be like her, a girl who became powerful regardless of her circumstances. It didn't matter that Matilda was white. If Matilda was black, the story wouldn't change very much at all, but she belonged to us. Regardless of that, I still wanted to see more characters that looked like me. I didn't want a black Matilda. I just wanted to know if someone who looked like me was worthy to be an MC. I didn't necessarily care that they had the same experience as me. The story just had to be interesting and inspiring. When you're in poverty or any kind of hardship, you look to media as a way to escape reality. But as time progressed, representation happened slowly, but it wasn't enough. Maybe the characters weren't dark enough. Maybe the characters were too stereotypical or unrelatable. Maybe the story just wasn't good. Obviously, everything isn't made for everyone. BET was created to solve that problem for the black community. But BET is still made for a certain audience in the black community. And I don't really relate to most of those stories because A, I'm a nerd, and BET is more of a hip-hop culture network, which is a subculture of the black community. And B, I don't actually know what's on BET anymore since I haven't had cable in like 10 years. So what is a girl to do? Well, I matured since I was young, and as an adult, I've learned something. If you don't feel represented in the media, then make it yourself. I know that sounds like the most, but it has to start somewhere. If you really are passionate about seeing a certain kind of story put in the world, then it starts with you. You don't have to know powerful people or have good connections. It's kind of entitled as an adult to think that another writer, whether they be black or white, needs to represent you. It's their story. The story they tell is a reflection of them. If you feel like BET doesn't represent your black experience, then it's up to you to change that. We live in a much better time where there are people desiring to tell your story with the representation you always desired. And to be honest, the internet has opened up opportunities for anyone to put themselves out there without any help from the people with the power. Instead of getting upset that someone isn't representing your demographic very well, then change that. Pick up a pen and paper and get to work. Write the truth.